Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Action Indoor Sports Toowoomba for the finals of the 2018 Indoor Cricket National Championships. We're here thanks to the Australian Sports Commission, Burleigh Seacombe and our broadcast partners at BeLive. And here it is, the main event, the men's grand final between the defending champions, the Australian Capital Territory and Victoria. Some might say they were the surprise packers of this tournament, but they've played a fantastic one and they're a genuine chance here to take out the title. I spoke to their captain and the captain of the ACT last night after their semi-final wins. Let's see what they had to say. All right, Matt Flores, captain of the ACT, another classic match between you and Queensland, but you've won your way through to the final. How do you feel?
Very excited, actually, Cam. It's we've played them 3 times now, and there's about 5 runs separating us. So they're always a tough team to try and beat, and they're all class. So very happy to be on the winning side today.
Well, Queensland will need to do it the hard way and go through the prelim. They'll come up against a fast finish from Victoria. So you could be against either of those in the final. Do your plans change depending on who you're going to play?
I don't think so, no. As you start getting to the open men's level, your processes and plans stay the same regardless of who you play. Victoria, a very, very good team as well. They've got some firepower in their lineup, so I have no doubt tonight will be another close game as well.
Now, Luke Ryan didn't feature in the major semi with a knee injury, or a chance to see him at all tomorrow?
To be continued. We'll find out tomorrow about how he's doing. He's copped a whack on his knee, but Luke, he's got beans coming out his ears, so he'll probably be throwing his name into the hat to play tomorrow as well.
And what does the prep look like for you now over the next 12, 18 hours ahead of the final?
I think soak it in and enjoy it, that we're playing in a 4th consecutive grand final, which is very exciting for the whole ACT Rockets family. Get back to our our normal preparation that we do every night.
And what will be the final message from you and the coaching staff to the boys ahead of the final?
Just enjoy it. I played many years when I first started, not even playing finals and having to watch the last couple of days, and being on the other side and get to step onto the court into a grand final and where the state colours is very exciting. So we'll just be soaking it in and enjoying the moment.
Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thanks very much, Cam.
Justin Perkins, what a nail-biting win in the prelim final. You've earned the spot in the grand final. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. That was a good win, so all the boys are pretty pumped to be playing tomorrow.
You've done it the hard way. You've come through the minor semi and then the prelim against the home side in Queensland. The big recovery coming up for you guys now. You must feel like you're in with a shot against the defending champions.
Yeah. We've rotated pretty heavily throughout the week, so most of the boys have only played 8 or 9 games, so I think we'll give it a fair crack tomorrow. We'll do our best and see what we can do.
As I said, the ACT are defending champions, but you know them pretty well. Half of them your teammates on the Australian side, so you must have some plans against them, yourself as captain and Ross Gregory's coach. Yeah,
we're seeing them. We match up pretty well against them normally, so hopefully we can execute some of those plans and get a win.
And you have had to play that extra game. I think that's now 14 for the tournament. It's been a very long week, so talk to me about what happens now between this interview and your game tomorrow. Rest, recovery, sleepless nights. What's in store?
We'll get home. We'll jump straight in the pool. I think the boys will be waiting for me after this interview and get some sleep. Probably up for brekkie in the morning with the team and just relax and try to focus on the game in the afternoon.
And what sort of message do you have ahead of a big grand final like that? You're up against the defending champs. Probably easy to say that they're the favourites. What do you say to your teammates as captain as you head into that big grand final?
I think we just got to back ourselves, back each other and just do our best. I think our best can win it, so we'll see how we go.
Very good. Well, congrats on some fantastic cricket and good luck in the big final.
Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've heard from the 2 skippers ahead of the final game here in the Opens component at the National Indoor Cricket Championships. Once again, I'm Cameron Walter and joined by Stephen Moggy. ACT versus Victoria. ACT in a tight finish against Queensland in the major, and then Victoria in a one-run last ball victory against the Queensland side. It's probably not the final that everyone would have picked at the start of the tournament, yet here we are.
Yeah, exactly right. Look, both games yesterday were cracking games of cricket. Obviously both very, very close, which was really, really good to see. So today we have ACT that won the toss and decided to bat first. So I'll just run through the team list quickly. For ACT, we have Matt Flores as captain, Timmy Flores, Grant McDonald, Alex Bazana, Benji Flores, Brock Winkler, Alexander Flores and Tyler Hayes. For Victoria, captain is Justin Perkins, Jared Armitage, Jack Craig, Kieran Perkins, Bradley Jones, Jared Burns, Clive Rose and Trent Lawford. So looking forward to a cracking game here, mate.
Yeah, both sides unchanged from their wins in the semi-final stage of the tournament. Luke Ryan, the obvious omission from the ACT side, as we discussed, he injured himself actually against Victoria in their final round game, and that's prevented him from taking the court. I understand he was cleared this morning, as I understand it, but just a fairly big risk of re-injury against a Victorian side. I expect the match will be fairly physical. So Tyler Hayes, who came into the ACT side for Luke in the major semi, he did a stand-up job there. Expecting the same today.
Yeah, he did really, really well. One of the younger guys in the ACT team, and he performed quite admirably on the big stage. Obviously today's a little bit different, so hopefully he handles himself quite well. But look, he's a good kid, so fingers crossed that he does well. Both teams are very good teams here. Victoria probably a bit surprising what they've achieved so far throughout the week, but they've got some really, really good quality players too. So looking forward to a really close game. Any idea on predictions for you, mate?
Look, I think these teams have very different styles of cricket, and what won the game for the ACT in the major semi-final against Queensland was their fielding, and what lost the game for Queensland was their fielding as well. So if the ACT are able to field like they did in that major semi, I think they can contain the power hitting of Victoria. If they don't, then for mine, I think Victoria are favourites. The fact that the ACT are batting first is very interesting, having won the toss. I think they need 80 plus, and then they need to field the house down. They're the defending champions, plenty of Australian talent in the side, a big omission in Luke Ryan, as we said. But I fancy Victoria. I think they've got the lineup here that can win this. The X factor will be ACT in the field.
Yeah, look, ACT were red hot in the field. It's just like everything they touched tend to wicket yesterday, and they got a lot of direct hits. So obviously that's probably the key to their game at this point in time. Look, I'd probably going to lean towards ACT. Obviously they've been in this situation a few times more recently. This is a little bit new to Victoria. It's been a significant number of years. I believe it's 94 the last time that Victoria won a Open Men's Championships.
Yeah, it certainly was back in 94, so it's been a long time between drinks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Hall-Villiers is the umpire for the match. Our congratulations to him, appointed to the men's grand final. The opening batting pair, once again for the Australian Capital Territory, is Tim Floros and Alex Bazana. It will be Brad Jones to bowl the first over. A two-man leg side field in the front court. Fairly straight fielders on the three line. And we're underway in the national final. And a leg side, and called no ball beforehand. I'm not sure what for. Front foot, yeah.
Not the start that Victoria are after. Obviously, you want to try and get a nice solid over in that first over. Obviously, Brad Jones has got a lot of experience. That's why he's been handed the ball first up.
It's a great shot from Tim. Doesn't find the net. Burns it is doing the tidying up. It's only a single, but for Floros, full face, good contact.
Yeah, look, it's always good to get one out of the middle of that first away. So that's exactly what's happened there. So that'll help his confidence a little bit. Look, I know a lot of these boys have played a lot of cricket over the years, but still quite nervy experience. So, there's a fair crowd here that's today. We've obviously got the live stream going, and it's for a national final. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of nerves. So they'll like to build the confidence early. It's a good start by Brad Jones. Just that first wayward no ball, but he's come back quite well.
Pisana facing a dot ball of his first delivery. Squeezes it behind square leg. But the two fielders there means a correct call from Floros of no. But it will be third ball. Pressure on straight away. 2 to come in the over. Can Bazana see off the third ball scenario? If you're new to indoor, the score has to change now. Chance at the top. Big dive from Bazana. He's a tall man. I think he dived about halfway down and just glided over the line.
And look, that's good commitment by Alex. Obviously got himself in a little bit of trouble there, but got contact with the ball and ran through over the top of it. So, look, probably not the cleanest shot from him at this stage, but he'll build with confidence as well.
Final ball of the Jones first over. Fantastic shot from Floros. Wasn't in the best of form coming into the tournament, but he has smashed it throughout this week.
He's a fantastic player, that's for sure. So it was interesting to see at the start of the game, Victoria did that pump-up process that they did yesterday as well, so they're really trying to work themselves into the game. Notice there in that first sort of huddle that they were quite quiet, so just a bit of an interesting change. So look, it's it's really pleasing to see that Victoria have made it through. It's been a few years since they've had this opportunity, so looking forward to what they can deliver. And as you said, there's probably a slight variance in the way these two teams play. ACT are very sort of a disciplined team and will play a lot of the front court, whereas Victoria are a little bit more aggressive when they come out to bat as well. Two fairly good bowling teams, but
absolutely. Vic skipper Justin Perkins. It's up to him now. Second over, Floros on strike. A chance.
Good call by Vazana to get through there. Just pushed into the corner.
Yeah, 2 runs. It's one of the things that this pair have done well. Both of them have called pretty well throughout the tournament. They'll need to do the same, and we see two fielders over on the offside now in the front court. Lawford moves across. Big out-swinging delivery, blocked by Vazana. Just getting his eye in.
Yeah, got him nicely behind that. Still working pretty hard, but it's a good start to the ACT team. 8 runs. There's 4 balls remaining in the second over so far. A little bit of a change up.
It's gone up.
Big appeal.
Yeah.
I think it's just come off the leg. I don't think there was any bat involved in that one.
Yeah, the umpire, Andrew Hall-Villiers, is completely disinterested. Alex Vazana, once again, will be on third ball. This is his first national final. He's been part of each of the ACT's championships recently, but this is the first time he's actually in the 8. So a big moment, big occasion for him, and a big moment now.
Yeah, key ball in the game so far.
Blocked straight down the pitch, and he runs through the traffic. A single to the ACT.
Yeah, look, he's just getting in behind it, making sure he's making contact with the ball. Look, it may not look pretty, but that's a very good tactic to use. At least he can get that run through. So ACT moving to 9. Good over so far from Justin Perkins. Another change up.
Yeah,
good
and
call.
Good awareness from Floros and his partner. A 2-man offside field. That's straight into their hands. And 1 ball to come.
Because it's been impressive, the variation that Justin's showing at this point in time.
Oh, it's a misfield, and it's through to the back net for 5. And Tim Floros, the ACT vice-captain, gives it the big fist pump. Just fingertips there on the 3-line, sends it over into the back net.
Yeah, that's a big turnaround there. That was a no initially on the call, because the ball went back to the fielder, but just a slight little misfield and 5 runs, so that's a big turnaround.
It certainly is.
Really helps the score too. That moves them on to 14. So you're thinking 80 would be a pass score?
I think the ACT need to score at least 80. The batting that we saw from Victoria in last night's preliminary final against Queensland, not the least of which included 27 off the last 4 overs against some quality bowling to win the game, tells me that they're capable of chasing down 80 plus, if not 100, if they have to.
Yeah, look, I think so, that's for sure. Look, I think at this stage ACT will just be looking to build a score, but if we're talking about a score of 80 plus, they're well on track for that at this point in time. It is still early days, but
Kieran Perkins will bowl the 3rd over. It's all out attack at the moment from the VICs. Tim Floros on strike. It'll be out. There it is, the first wicket in the final. It was a quicker delivery from Perkins. It surprised Floros. He tried to play it into his leg side net for 2, but caught the edge and up into the back net, and a simple catch. The first wicket falls.
Kieran Perkins just got a nice bit of shape there. I think what threw Timmy a little bit was just that little bit of extra bounce off the pitch. Didn't get the opportunity to get over it, so it took a little bit of glove. Alex Vazana on a strike.
And follows the wicket up with a leg side.
He's bowling at reasonable pace and getting a fair bit of movement at the moment, so it's going to make it very, very tough for both these right-hand batters.
Well played and well fielded from Perkins there at the leg side position. Vazana soaking up plenty of dots at the moment. Perkins a tough customer to deal with. Tough to get away.
Yeah, no, bowling well. A little bit more width there on that occasion. Unfortunately, Vazana couldn't get that one through. Bazana's just a little bit disappointed at the moment. We have another 3rd ball opportunity here. So at this point in time, Bazana's just sort of blocked the ball and run over the top. Let's see if he does the same.
Straight in the hands, the throw from Jones way over the top. That would have been out all day. Sad thing about that for Jones is he had so much time then. He could have taken an extra almost a second to get that over the stumps.
He moved so well to get good contact, got the ball nice and cleanly, and just the service probably let him down a little bit. Even for a big game player like him that's been there and done that before, I'm sure he's feeling a little nervous as well.
Final ball.
Love his shot.
Great shot from Floros, and lots of traffic from the Victorians, and that's the physical game we expect to see from them.
Yeah, look, it's a national final, and I've noticed that a couple of times now. The fielder on the other side is coming across. I'm sure that's something that the umpire will keep an eye on throughout the game. And perhaps may have a talk to them about that. No, seems okay at the moment.
I think he did actually just prior to that ball make had a little conversation with Justin Perkins about some of the movement, so shows he is certainly aware of it. And Clive Rose is going to bowl the fourth over, so once again Victoria are going all out here, attacking early in this pair. I like the aggression, Moggy.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important. Like, there's no point sort of saving your best bowlers to the end. Get out there and get amongst it. I mean, ACT have some real quality batsmen still to come, but look, if they can get on top here and keep this pair to below 20, it just makes it a little bit tougher for the rest of the team. Nice shot.
Squeezed out well there by Floris. I think it caught the back net first. It did, so only, it's a single.
Yeah, only for a single, but you'll happily take that. I mean, 15 runs with 5 balls remaining in this skin. If they can just build to get to that score of 20, they'll be on track for a pass mark.
That's a great delivery from Clive Rose.
It's very interesting. Obviously, Clive, through the BBL, bowls a bit of spin and comes out here to the National Championships in indoor and bowls seam up. And bowls quite well. Nice shape and nice pace as well.
Thinking of the corner and the call of yes, the right one again. These two don't miss an opportunity for a run. They get back to 16 with 3 balls remaining.
Yeah, no, that was a good call. Tim Flores calling out through. So, slight fielding change now. Bring across 2 on the leg side. Can see why he's doing that with bringing that nice shape of the left armour back into the right-hand batsman.
Yeah, it's a great delivery. Really is quality bowling from Clive Rose, making it very difficult for the ACT to score. If the ACT can see the rest of this over off without a wicket, I think they'll feel comfortable with their start. Another great delivery, this time spitting back at Floros, and it'll be 3rd ball to finish. So what a moment so early in the game.
There's been quite a few 3rd balls throughout this first partnership, but ACT have handled them quite well so far.
And what a way to finish from Tim Floros. What a way to finish. A lovely 2, and they moved to 18 for the partnership. At times, to take your phrase, Moggy, it wasn't the prettiest, but to get 18 runs on the board in what could be a very, very tight contest, that's an impressive effort from Bazana and from Floros. But the key for me is, look at the 4 bowlers that the Victorians used.
They've gone out all guns a-blazing. So, look, that's, I think ACT will be particularly happy with that start. Just helps get the ball rolling and helps start building a score. Obviously, we have a couple of the Forest boys here. We've got Benji and Alexander coming in. They'll look to just build on that score a little bit more.
And lots of experience for these two. Benji's played at the Opens level for a few years. I think Alexander a year or 2 less. Both been involved in the championships that the ACT have won. However, they are still young. Both still eligible for 21s if they wanted to play it. Pressure can do funny things to youth in big games like this. So Victoria will know that, and they'll be looking to target these two, I think. Jared Armitage is going to bowl the 5th over. He bowled a cracking over to give Victoria the spark last night. We might see more of the same. Oh, they've changed. It's Jack Craig now. We'll talk about Armitage later then.
We will, and we'll have plenty to say. His bowling last night was fantastic. Probably the one thing that I've noticed now with Victoria compared to last night's game is they've been a lot more disciplined with the balls. There's a lot less extras and wides.
You were saying?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Victoria.
Yeah. Jack Craig, one of the 2 batsmen that batted last night in the prelim final. What a performance that was. Here he is with the ball. Benji Floros facing his 2nd delivery. Away swinging delivery, played and missed.
Yeah, there's a bit of variety there. The first ball was a big in-swinger and the second one an out-swinger. So, look, at this level, that's what you need to do. You don't want to be bowling the same ball every ball. So it's a case of just trying to have a bit of variety, whether it's an in-swinger, out-swinger, a change-up, something like that. So it's important to have that variety.
That one they've called through. Yeah, that was 3rd ball, I believe. Oh, no, was one of them a wide?
Wide the first ball, yeah.
So called through nonetheless. A good call it was from from Alexander Floros.
Yeah, exactly right. You need to rotate the strike as much as you possibly can.
And what that does is it avoids a third ball situation.
Yeah, it certainly does. And also, I mean, if you had a left and right hand combination, it has to change the line of the bowler as well. Nice shot.
Oh, fantastic shot from Alexander Floros.
I think what was important about that shot was he didn't try and overhit it. He was just giving the ball that chance to come underneath his eyes and just play nice and late and bang it up into the springs. He'll be very, very happy with that.
And just an example there of Victoria trying to get under their skin. Brad Jones having a very lengthy discussion there with Alexander Floros at the non-striker position.
Good call again by the ACT guys. What was important there, if you have a look, Benji just wasn't sure where the ball looked, made really good eye contact with his batting partner. Obviously at these national tournaments, especially finals in a crowd like this, it can be very hard at times to hear your batting partner, so eye contact's really important. Moving on to 23 and 5 for the skin with 1 ball left. Shot.
Great shot from Floros to finish the over. 7 runs from it. A good start from the ACT there. Not a bad over, though, from Jack Craig.
Yeah, no, I think that was a really, really good over. He bowled plenty of variety. Just that first ball was a little bit loose, but he's recovered really, really well. And the other 5 balls were quite good.
It's interesting to me that Armitage actually didn't bowl that over. Victoria obviously had a plan in that first pair to attack. And they shifted down a gear without bowling Armitage in that 5th over. They're going to bowl Kieran Perkins now. Bowled more meds than his usual leg spin and wrongans in that first over.
Yeah, well, it's interesting they're bowling him out so early.
Yeah, well, maybe they are going back to this attack plan, or they fancy his bowling against these two, which is fair enough.
Yeah, look, Ross Gregory being the coach of Victoria, I'm sure he's done a fair bit of research. Oh, nice delivery. A fair bit of research. Obviously, Benji in particular being in the Open Men's team last year as well, will have a fair idea of what they're trying to achieve. So I'm sure there's a plan here. And so far, great start by Kieran Perkins there. Lovely in-shot swinger.
Position, but a chance! Oh! In these tight nets, those shots are still in play. Victoria, a little tap onto the stumps. Could have been out.
Yeah, look, that was a lovely shot by Benji. It just proves you've always got to be on the game. Kieran just probably strayed a little bit, got a little bit wide, made it a bit easy for Benji in that case.
Oh, chance there, and that's out. Confusion from the 2 young men, and Victoria take their 2nd wicket and back to 4. Justin Perkins making no mistake there at the leg side position. Take a look at the replay thanks to playcricket.com.au. Took his time, got it back into the keeper. And both batsmen were in no man's land. A big wicket for the Vics.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. They've obviously looked at committing to the run initially. And then Benji realised it's straight to the leg side field and started to turn around. So a little bit disappointing.
Left alone, and it is leg side. So the fact that they've bowled out Kieran Perkins early in the game paid off with that wicket.
Yep. Oh, I think that's probably a good move. Again, they're probably bowling to a plan.
Yeah, that's a brilliant delivery. Full on the legs and swinging into the batsman. Just snuck in between the legs and the line, and a fair ball. Yeah,
probably flirted with that leg side line a little bit. But yeah, look, the umpire moved well too. He's moving quite well across his crease and getting position. Oh, that has moved a mile.
It has, and Justin Perkins getting a touch on that, sending Floros back into his crease. And it will be 3rd ball to start the next. A great over for Victoria. And what a decision to throw the ball to Kieran Perkins.
Yeah, look, perhaps a little bit surprising, but this worked out well in this case for Victoria. So probably the one thing that's of note so far, the way the Victoria bowling is they've created a lot of 3rd ball opportunities already. They haven't capitalised on a great deal of those, but if they continue to create those, sooner or later that's going to change. So they're bowling really, really well.
And here it is, the man we were talking about earlier, Jared Armitage. 2 cracking overs last night. The first one in particular was impressive. And here he is bowling his first ball in a 3rd ball situation. So the score has to change. And it will be Armitage to Benji Floros.
Yeah, last night's overs was some of the best bowling I've seen at this level for a long time. So let's see if he can back that up today. It's gone wide, a little bit fuller. So that might have been the ploy for the 3rd ball. There you go, full and wide. The thing is with Benji, he's such a tall guy, he's going to be capable to reach a lot more over there as well. So Not a bad, probably just execution was off a little bit, but he's come around the wicket now, so he's obviously got a plan here to Alexander. Nice.
Called through. A direct hit would have been interesting.
Yeah, that would have been.
Right there, Moggy. That's an example of the wickets that the ACT were taking in the major semi. That could be the difference again between the sides.
Yeah, ACT's fielding side, in particular their front court, is just red hot all the time. Can be hard to run Benji out. He's got such long legs, it probably only takes 2 or 3 steps to get from one end to the other. Nice full delivery.
Yeah,
nice
straight
shape.
rock, that is. Just kept out by Benji Flores, an early no call.
Yeah, the impressive thing, I mean, I know there was a little bit of a mix-up before, but generally the calling from ACT has been spot on. It was evident in that first pair, and there was just that little mix-up before here, but they've come back and rebounded quite well, moving the score into 26 with 3 balls remaining in this over.
Shot. Oh, what a shot from Benji Flores, hitting through the ball, and the timing of it, a down and up 3, and it was onside. Big runs, particularly off Armitage.
Oh, exactly right. That was a more aggressive shot from Benji Flores. Went a lot harder at the ball. Probably not exactly where he wanted it to go, but it goes down in the scorebook as a 3.
Well, called through. Benji was a little bit hesitant, but the ball falls safely out of reach of the Victorians and through for another 2.
It's interesting. I've just picked up with Alexander's technique here. He doesn't try and hit through the ball as much. He just gives the ball that chance to come to him and obviously give it the full face of the bat and push it into the net. It's quite effective so far for him.
Not flat. The call of no is the right one. That was right into the hands of Clive Rose. A very good over for the ACT off the bowling of Armitage. 7 runs coming from it. So a good little rebuild after the loss of that wicket. 1 over remains. They're on 13. If they could get to 20, I sense the ACT will be happy. But I make the point again, this Victorian side capable of runs. Yes, fair enough, the bowling attack and the fielding that the ACT can come up with may restrict that scoring. Yep. But the ACT will have to do that, and the pressure will be on them to do that. If this is a total less than 80, I think the Vics become favourites.
Yeah, the bowling attack between Queensland and ACT is fairly different. ACT obviously have quite a few taller sort of guys and bowl fairly quick, whereas Queensland probably take the pace off the ball a little more.
Jared Burns starts with a leg side. That's costly in the last over to a batting pair. Not only do they get the runs, but they also get the delivery again. Makes life just that little bit easier for the Floros cousins.
Changing to over the wicket now, so making that slight adjustment. Good response.
Yeah, straight back down the pitch and never a run there.
Yeah. Good call, good contact there by Alexander. So again, just trying to build a score. Still 5 balls remaining in the over, so 20 still on the cards. Change up.
Again, we called it earlier, Moggy. Doesn't necessarily hit through the ball all the time, but that didn't need to that time anyway. Just in position early and safe down up 2.
Yeah, it was lovely contact again. Moving the score to 17. There are 4 left in the over.
Call of no, and it's the right one. After that mix-up earlier, they've been rock solid with their calling. Maybe just that little bit more tentative.
Yep.
But they've all been the correct calls.
They have been. And again, there, that was the right call. Probably hit that one a little bit flat. Would have liked to have got over the top a bit more and put it into the springs. But, you know, can't have them all that way all the time, and he's called well to compensate.
Oh, no, more confusion. And Victoria don't tidy up. Very, very fortunate there for the ACT. Just as we were giving them raps about their calling, they very nearly gifted the Vics another wicket.
Yeah, look, there was definitely a run there. That one's punched up and higher into the net. And the leg side fielder didn't quite get that opportunity to get across to it. So 2 left. Nice ball.
Delivery, yeah. In at the legs of Floros. He's been on fire mainly on and outside of off stump. So tighten him up there, and it'll be the final ball to the pair.
And I think they'll just try and make sure it's a solid call here. Not giving Victoria a wicket. Just trying to build a little bit further.
Call of no. Again, probably the right one. Gee, we're seeing a good contest here, ladies and gentlemen, as the ACT bank 19 runs for the second pair and move the total to 37. Thank you very much for joining us as we take you through the men's final here at Cricket Australia's Indoor Cricket National Championships. If you're just joining us, it is the Australian Capital Territory, the defending champions, up against Victoria, who have had some big wins in the final series to get to this game. Once again, I'm Cameron Walter alongside Stephen Moggy, 37 so far. The young Tyler Hayes, who had a good game last night, and the experience of Grant McDonald. Here they are batting third. How do you see it so far?
Oh, look, I think it's fairly even at this point in time. I think this skin here is going to be fairly crucial to the outcome of the game. In saying that, I think Victoria will go here. They'll know that Tyler's a young guy, and I think they'll have a fair crack at him. I think you'll see a little bit of talk and a bit of banter out there at the same time. But at this stage, very even pegging. I think Victoria have been bowling particularly well. ACT haven't done anything wrong. They've just faced some really good, tough bowling.
It'll be Trent Lawford now to bowl for Victoria. If we didn't have the game with the ball he would have liked in the prelim final, can he be a weapon here for them now? Grant McDonald on strike. Here we go.
Wider ball.
Oh, that one swung away late. It's called wide by the umpire. Must have caught a piece of that line on the way through. Way swinging delivery.
Yeah, I think you're very close for that one. Oh, what a recovery. That was a fantastic ball.
I honestly don't know how that didn't bowl, McDonald.
Yeah, look, I think he actually played for more outswing than was actually the case. That one just tended to hold its line and just somehow snuck through that little gap there. So good start.
Flat, but it's safe because it was hit so hard. Bounces off the net and out of the reach of the fielders. 2 runs to Grant McDonald. Shares a bit of a laugh with Clive Rose. And this brings the young Tyler Hayes to the crease. Played a great game in the major semi. Can he repeat that performance here in the big final? Driven back, and that is a great catch! Clive Rose, that could be the spark the Vics needed.
Wow, what a catch. Dove all the way across to his right-hand side and a spectacular catch. Look, that was probably a bit of a nervy shot there from Tyler Hayes. Like, he just saw the ball and he's just pushed it a little bit too hard rather than waiting for it to come. I have no doubts the Victorians there are having a bit of a chat to him, getting nice and close around him as well. Let's see how the young man responds.
2 to come in the over. Through the gap, and it's here. Back into the back net for 4. What a recovery from Hayes. Waited on it that time, timed it brilliantly, and it just went through the gap for 4.
Yeah, exactly right. And you can see the leg side fielder here having a fair chat to Tyler Hayes as well. But yeah, good recovery. That'll boost his confidence now, so hopefully he'll settle in a little bit more. Shot.
Oh, wonderful shot from McDonald.
2 runs.
And pushed into the net for 2.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot.
Yeah, great way to finish. 5 runs and a wicket coming from the over. A fantastic catch from Clive Rose. That just shows that there are some danger men in the field for Victoria. They can produce something from nothing. Yep. The ACT have to be on their game every single delivery.
Oh, they certainly will be. But look, that was a pleasing recovery there by Tyler Hayes. He was under a little bit of pressure early, but he's come back. Nice shot for 4. See who we've got coming on the bowl now.
It'll be Burns bowling for Victoria, and we pointed out a couple of times, lots of chat so far from the Victorians directed at the ACT. Obviously trying to pile the pressure on. Do you think that detracts at all from their own concentration?
No, not at all.
Works for them, you think?
Oh, I think so.
Right, here's Burns. It's the 10th over.
Change up.
Oh, sent back.
Yeah, that was the right call to make. He's made good contact, but just didn't quite get up enough. I think what's important now for the ACT guys is obviously losing a wicket in that first over. They want to try and be nice and solid for the next few and try and build that score. Burns coming in to McDonald. Ball's
left it alone. Just snuck inside that line. It'll be 3rd ball now.
Yeah, that was a good delivery. He did flirt with the leg side line, but it was well within inside it. So that's a perfect delivery for Jarrod Burns at the moment. 4 left in the over.
3rd ball. Straight back down the pitch. A chance for Rose. He can't hit. McDonald has to go around him.
I think a direct hit there would have been very, very interesting, but the service was just a little bit high. But still creating plenty of pressure out there in the field. So 3 left, 6 for the Skin so far, team total of 43. Shot.
A wonderful shot from Hayes, but a direct hit and it's out. The ACT side who are on the line cannot believe it.
They are
Nork and McDonald.
Not happy with that decision at all. Hopefully we're going to get a replay. Yes, we are. Thanks to Play Cricket.
Well, a direct hit, tough to see from that angle, but a direct hit always makes it tough for the batsman. And, well, McDonald just has to push harder, but they're the sorts of wickets the Vics will need. Great piece of fielding off a wonderful shot. 2 to come. Chance again, sent back, and rightly so.
Victoria definitely look up for this game at this point in time. I'm just really impressed with their bowling. They are creating plenty of chances and plenty of third ball opportunities. So, really, ACT are under an awful lot of pressure at the moment. Let's see how they respond over the next couple of overs. Good call. Got up nice and high. Fielder didn't overhit it too, so the ball was a little bit slower off the bat, which gave him that extra time to run through. So,
yeah, another good over for the Victorian side. 2 overs remain in the partnership. Sit on 2 runs, so a really important period here. I think the next 2 overs will define whether or not this is a 60-ish score from the ACT or an 80-ish score.
Well, look, a couple of quality batsmen just come in next, which is important. But yeah, these guys will need to try, and even if they can get to that sort of 12 or 15 mark, that'll allow the team total to get to 50, and hope that last pair can push on to a bit more of a 30 or something. So, Jared Armitage coming in to bowl again.
Yeah, I like that move. It's a good call from Ross Gregory and Justin Perkins to bring Armitage on. The pressure right on these two. 2 runs on the board for the pair. 39 is the total. Here's Armitage to McDonald. And starts with a wide. Releases some of the pressure.
Yeah, look, I think Victoria have that sense at the moment that they're slightly on top of the game, and I'll have to agree that's where they're at the moment. So I think Victoria are really just trying to keep the foot on the throat and try and bury this pair a little bit. And obviously, the less runs they've got to chase, the easier it becomes back end of the game. But I'm sure whatever ACT hit, they're going to lift for a big performance. And a bit of a mix-up. Oh, that
misfield and well, shenanigans aplenty. That very easily could have been out. Tyler Hayes backing up and was not back in his crease. Ends up being a dot.
Yeah, look, some of those ones that you squeeze back can sometimes spin a little bit. Unfortunately, we're a little bit obstructive, so perhaps that's what's happened there. So, shot.
Yeah, it is a great shot from McDonald. A safe one. Is safe in their ground at both ends this time. Another 2 to the total, and rebuild begins. Clive
Rose took a sensational catch, but the other rest of the fielding is good too. Like, he's really making his presence known and putting them under a fair bit of pressure. Victoria's fielding has been fairly good at this point in time in the game. 3 balls left in this over. Good call.
Sent back again. Calling is on the money.
That's important, I think, at the moment. Just the pressure they're under, it's important to consolidate for a few balls. Try and just work the 1s and 2s, but the calling needs to be spot on. It's been another good over by Jared Armitage.
Another dot, a top delivery right in at the legs of Tyler Hayes. It'll be 3rd ball to finish the over. A wicket here will really, really hurt the defending champions. What can Armitage produce for the Vics?
Just a move there on the leg side field. Victoria employing every little trick in the book to try and get the ACT boys off.
Oh, it's up and it's out! A big wicket for Victoria. Armitage does the job again, and Victoria right on top in this pair and in the final. Stephen Mogg, let's have a look at the replay thanks to playcricket.com.au. You call it. What do you think?
Look, I just think Tyler's got a little bit too aggressive. He knew he was under a little bit of pressure on the 3rd ball. The ball was in a perfect area, and he's probably, rather than going straight at it, he might have been better to rock back and sort of play a down up 2 onto the leg side. A little pull shot, a little paddle might have been the better option there. But look, he is a young man. He's under an awful lot of pressure out there at the moment, so hopefully he'll respond. Look, he's got 6 balls left in this partnership. I think what's really important for ACT now is to just build some sort of momentum. Try and get 5 runs here. what that does is makes it a little bit easier for the pair that comes in next as well. Again, it's a quality pair coming in, but ACT with their backs against the wall at the moment.
Vic skipper Justin Perkins bowls his first ball. It's a good one. And another dot, making life very, very difficult here for the defending champions.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the way they're bowling today.
Oh, it's edge, is it? Full safe.
Just seemed to spit off that back net a little unconventionally, and that's why they weren't sure. But it's another third ball opportunity. I wish I was keeping a tally. It's probably about 8 now, I think, or thereabouts roughly. Change up, another chance.
And out. What a fantastic effort from Perkins, and a little bit of push and shove there. Not sure that that's necessary. And I'm not sure who the umpire's calling down. It looks like it's
Brad Jones. He may have just pushed Tyler Hayes a little bit. I thought there was a little bit of contact at the crease at this end, which probably not great, but probably acceptable. But there was a little bit of a push in the huddle, and I think that's what the issue is. Yeah,
remains to be seen what the umpire will do. He's saying not out, so it is. I'm not sure. No, he's saying out, so caught. Not quite sure I understood the signal he gave there, but anyway, 3 to come.
Chance again, maybe.
Chance. And Victoria right on top here.
They are on fire. They're really up for this game at the moment. ACT need to knuckle down and work really hard. Look, fair bit of experience with Matt Flores coming in for the next partnership. I'm sure he's prepared to do what needs to be done for the team. What a change up again. Another lovely delivery.
And it'll be third ball to finish the partnership. 1 ball to come.
Victoria would love another wicket.
Another wicket here, and Victoria, well, they will be very tough to beat. Here's Perkins.
Well in front at this point in time.
Squeeze through the gap for 3 for Grant McDonald, but -1 for the pair. The damage done. What a 4-over period for Victoria. Stephen Mogg's going to take a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, do stay with us. What a grand final we are seeing unfold here now between the ACT and Victoria. It's all thanks to the Australian Sports Commission and to Burleigh Seacombe, the provider of all of our match balls. And our thanks as well to our broadcast partners at BeLive, as I'm joined once again on commentary by Mark Rice. Mark, hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, Cam. How you doing?
Yeah, very well. Very, very good 4-over period there for Victoria. Changed the game.
Yeah, that's the momentum that I was talking about last night with the Victorians as well, and I think that's really going to get them through into this 4th pair as well.
Yeah, lots of damage done. The key pair for the ACT out at the crease now, the skipper Matt Flores and his partner Brock Winkler. They've been the mainstays for this ACT side throughout. They're going to need to put on 30 plus at least, I would think.
Yeah, you'd think you need to get the score somewhere up around about that 60, even closer to 70 if you could try.
Now, if you were a betting man, Mark Rice, who would your money be on at this point?
Victoria for me.
There you go. They've come to this tournament with a quality team, well drilled, fired up, ready to go. And here they are in the national final on top. Here's Lawford. And a great start. Troubles the ACT skipper straight away. .60 at least, the benchmark, I would think, for the ACT. Oh, they've gone up. It's a dot ball, though, so third ball again. It's probably the 6th or 7th time the ACT have been on third ball.
That's brilliant bowling there as well by Trent. It's perfectly just on the hip. It's where you need to bowl them at.
Got enough on it through to the back net. They get through for a single. Halfway through the Lawford over. What can the left-handed Brock Winkler offer for the ACT? Lawford bowling well. Victoria on fire. Pressure right on. And they've gone up for the catch. Looking at the run.
Victoria are definitely up and about in the field now, and I think that's the momentum that they're needing here, is to try and keep this skin probably under 10 or 15. Otherwise, the momentum might change to the ACT.
Chance at the keeper's end. If that had been a direct hit, it would have been out. And another opportunity for Victoria. But Winkler gets 2, and Floros will face the final ball of the 13th over. Here comes Lawford. Behind the legs, and it's a fair delivery to finish. Another quality over from Trent Lawford. Victoria are on top. The ACT, without question, the most effective bowling and fielding side in the tournament. They're going to need every ounce of that in this final.
Definitely, and they've been at this level for, the last 3 years, or 4 years now, including this year. So they know what it's going to take. I think under the leadership of Matt as well, they'll do quite well in the field. Bowling-wise as well, they just know what to do. So it's going to be a very competitive final.
Knowing the ACT, I have a feeling that they'd probably back themselves to defend the runs that are even on the board now.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Here's Brad Jones to bowl his second over. 2-man leg side front court field. And it spills into the offside and they get through for a single. Winkler in some danger at the top but needed a direct hit. And the score moves to 40. Jones changes his approach to the right-hander, but still 2 fielders on the legs. Through the gap and another chance there. Victoria have been sharp, but there have been maybe 4 50-50 chances that if they'd taken, the ACT would be, in a world of pain.
Yeah, definitely. They're creating the chances. I think they're just not taking enough time in actually completing those plays.
It's a no ball. Plus runs. I imagine it's for a front foot. Yes, signalled by the umpire, Andrew Hall-Villiers. It's a little bit of a pressure release for the ACT. The score moves to 45. That's a great delivery. Again, though, ball coming off the legs and spilling to the side of the court where there's only one fielder. So the ACT getting away with it.
It's good running. It's good calling by Brock, and Matt's obviously got some good eye contact there with him.
It's well dug out by Floros. So many Floristers in the team. I've just anointed Brock Winkler as one of them. Good runs for Brock Winkler, and 1 ball remains now. Brock, in fact, the player of the final last year in Mackay. Big player for the ACT.
Yeah, very good player too.
Oh, they've gone up, the big stumping appeal. The back foot stayed down and the over comes to an end. Good rebuilding over for the ACT. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, it's the men's final here at the Indoor Cricket National Championships. I'm Cameron Walter and joined by Mark Rice. How do you see it? They've fought back well, 2 overs to come. Will they get past 60?
I think that they're on target to get past 60. I think at this point from here, the bowlers that are left, I think you'd be happy with 65 to 70 on the board.
And those are the sorts of runs that the ACT can defend. However, we saw such an incredible batting performance from these Victorians last night against Queensland. They will fancy themselves to chase down 70 plus easy.
Definitely. I do think that chasing in a final sometimes can be a little bit easier because you know how you can go out there and how you need a bat.
Great shot from Winkler. Shortish delivery. Rocked back and sent it into his offside net for 2. Nice and safely. Now, the highest amount of runs Victoria have managed to score against the ACT in this tournament, 63. And if I'm not mistaken, the lineups in that match were pretty similar to this one. So that's an indication of the quality that the ACT has. But, as you say, it is a final. They are in pursuit.
Yeah, everything can change in a final. That's the thing. Once you get here, it's a whole different ball game.
That's a leg side. Correct me if I'm wrong, you would have played in finals with the New South Wales side?
Yeah, my very first year of Oakland's men's.
So you understand this pressure like most would not?
Yeah, it's very different, but it's something that a lot of people thrive on.
Push through the gap, a slightly late call and a chance at the top. Clive Rose, so effective there. Danger man, but can't come up with a wicket. And they move to 20, these two. Batting well, 2 balls remain in the second last over of the innings. The score 56. There's a chance there. The tap doesn't go near the stumps quick enough, and another 2 to the total. Floros showing his class, the incumbent Australian vice-captain.
He's doing really well. I think this pair, once again, I always talk about it, the momentum, but they're dragging that momentum back towards ACT, and it's exactly what they need to do.
Last ball. Change up. That's just snuck inside the line. Very tight once again. And it's a dot ball to finish. So the score sits on 58 with an over to go. And how critical is this? The difference between less than 60 or more than 60. And look at the VICs firing themselves up once again, Mark Rice.
Yeah, definitely. It's about time they need to do it. They need a wicket or two in this over to drag everything back towards them when they go into bat.
Now, it is Clive Rose. Hobart Hurricanes own. Been in the Big Bash the last couple of years, and here is a franchise player for the Victorian side. And I'd be pretty comfortable if I was Victoria having him bowl the final over the innings.
Yeah, I'd be saying he's going to try and swing the ball into Matt's hip here.
He's got away with it there. Perkins has had a great game there in the leg side position. A couple of those slaps back into the keeper have been right on the money. They get away with 2 though. Score moves to 60.
Getting a bit more height on the offside field there too by changing Trent over.
And in response, Winkler tries to play it to the onside. And it's a dot ball. Again, they squeeze it to the side of the court with 1 player and 2 runs. I talked before how Victoria have scored no more than 63 against the ACT. This, however, is by far and away the lowest total the ACT have scored against the VICs. 112 in the first game as Floros again shows his class with 2. Yeah, again, 112 in the first game and 90 in the second. So Victoria have taken it up a notch. Can they do it with a bat as well?
Definitely stepped up here in the field and with the ball, and I really would like to see them be able to do it with the bat as well.
2 to come. Oh, through the gap. Again, Winkler doing the job, and this pair moves to 30. The score to 66. And the final ball of the innings. What a great fight back this has been from the ACT captain and his partner, Brock Winkler. Clive Rose get another wicket for the VICs. Well, be a dot to finish.
It's a great ball to finish on.
Certainly is. And what a contest unfolding before us, ladies and gentlemen. An appreciative crowd on their feet. The Victorians restricting the ACT to 66 runs. The bulk of the damage done in the third pair. And Victoria will need 67 runs to win a national title again. We do need to acknowledge our partners, our local support partners, the City Golf Club, Toowoomba City Golf Club, a great meal or round of golf there. Fantastic venue, and their support is appreciated, as is that of the Toowoomba Regional Council, who continue to bring fantastic sporting events here to the region. It's great to be back here in Toowoomba after, 11 years back here in this fantastic facility. And a big shout out once again to Katrina and Lyle Teskey and the team here at Action Indoor Sports Toowoomba. And ladies and gentlemen, a shout out to you. Thank you so much for your company. This is another fantastic final. There have been, for the last 4 years, I think. It has been ACT Queensland in the past. This one, it's Victoria instead of Queensland, but another fantastic game unfolding here. Mark Rice.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is probably going to be one of the most exciting finals we've had in the last couple of years. It is always good when it has been ACT and Queensland. They're obviously the top 2 teams in the country, but to see Vics make it through this year, you know something's going to happen. It's going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and that's why we're very pleased to be bringing the coverage right around Australia and the world. Thanks again for your company. We've got a short interlude here while the 2 sides get some last-minute instructions from the coaching staff ahead of this run chase. Is your money on the VICs?
My money's on the VICs. Once again, I said it last night as well. It's going to come down to the first 2 pairs. I'd expect it to be the Perkins brothers opening up. Hopefully they can get at least 20 to 25, and then you're probably going to have the 2 first-class cricketers come in after that, Trent Lawford and Clive Rose, and try and shut out the game there. If they can almost get the game within the first 2 pairs, that's going to be it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Mark. And I think I've talked about it a few times. The ACT, without question, have been the standard in fielding in this competition. They will need to bring their A game. If they can pull off even 75% of those opportunities they were converting throughout the weekend, in particular in the major semi-final, they will defend this total. I did say at the top of the game, though, I thought they needed 80. I'll stand by that. I think the VICs, for mine, I know that my friends at home in the ACT, it is where I'm from, are not going to like it, but I'm with you. I think the VICs are favourite at this point. It's going to take a big effort from the defending champions.
Definitely, and I think ACT doing the right thing here in a nice tight huddle. Matt would be talking them through exactly what he wants them to be doing. It's going to come down to the first 2 overs in my eyes. If you can get a couple of wickets in those first 2 overs, it could be anything.
Yeah, excuse me, a lot of commentary, my voice just breaking there. It will be interesting to see how the ACT manage their bowling attack to counteract what we know is a quality batting side for the Victorians. Just trying to see if it is indeed the Perkins brothers that will open. It looks like it will be. Just getting some lengthy instructions from the former Australian coach, Ross Gregory. Returns to his role as Victorian coach, and what a difference he's made coming back. Here they are in the final. Alex Bazana is going to bowl the first over for the ACT. He bowled 2 very, very good overs in the major semi-final against Queensland. He's got a job to do here against the Perkins brothers.
Yeah, he's been a good bowler all week. I think he's picked up a fair bit of pace since last year as well. But once again, bowling to probably 2 of the best bats here all week, and one of the best pairs this week as well. So it's going to be a good contest.
It certainly will. Not far away from getting back underway here. You can see Bill Floros, the ACT coach, giving some instructions here to Bazana at the back net. And the ACT front court, they've been the difference so far. Can they do it again? 66 runs on the board for the ACT. Can Victoria chase it down? It's the Victorian skipper, Justin Perkins, on strike. And here is Alex Bazana. We're back underway. And it starts with the leg side. And that's, a nice way to start the final for the Victorians.
It's nice. Probably a little bit of nerves out of the way there too for Juddy. He'd be thinking a little bit about everything, and then you get a wide first ball. Just take a deep breath.
Got a fingertip to it, did Matt Floros, but Juddy Perkins, too good. Gets it up for 2 into the onside net. Great start for Victoria. Kieran Perkins, his first ball. Short and tucked away well. These 2 trademark with that shot, Ricey.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, being brothers, they would have played a lot of cricket together, and it looks like they might have trained each other the same way, the same shot.
Oh, wonderful shot from the Victoria skipper, and see him give himself the little fist pump there. He's fired up. And these 2 are well on their way to that fantastic start that they keep providing for the Vics.
Yeah, and it's definitely, like I said, it's going to come down to these guys. Victoria do rely on the momentum from these 2 opening up.
Fuller delivery and another great shot. The Vics are on the march here. 1 ball to come.
It's been almost the perfect start so far. 2 off every ball. Can Juddy finish it off with another one?
Sent back and it'll be out. They throw away a wicket. The no call. Juddy Perkins moving away, but that ACT field, Tyler Hayes it was at the point position. They will take every opportunity you give them, and that undoes some of the good work for the Vics.
Yeah, definitely, and that's just absolutely brilliant fielding there by Tyler, and a great hand by Grant, and in the keeping position there to actually pick it up and take the stumps at the same time. Yeah,
it was a great over for Victoria right up until that point. Juddy Perkins just coming out of his crease, sent back in a desperate dive, can't quite get there, and the ACT side are pumped with that. And look who's coming on to bowl the second over. It's their skipper, Matthew Floros.
I think this is the right call. It's always good when a captain steps up and takes the ball in a big situation.
Yeah, I agree. Captains, they need to lead from the front in these big games. And here he is, bowling to Kieran Perkins, and his opposite number, Juddy Perkins, at the non-striker's end. Here we go. Oh, starts with the leg side. Both overs so far, starting with that wide. Got to be on the money here, does the skipper. And better delivery, but Perkins just too good. Got tall on the ball, hit it through the offside for 2.
Both fit in the air when he's played that shot too. Just taking all the pace off the ball and puts it straight back into the ground up onto the springs.
And here it is, captain to captain. Oh, it's a great delivery there. Just full enough, but it was tough to play the down up and not full enough to be driven.
A good call there by Juddy too. It's obvious that they need to have that good contact between them, and a good no call there.
Chance again at point. This time Tyler Hayes can't get it back to the keeper. There's some opportunities there for the ACT, I think.
They're definitely creating chances. It's just going to come down to how many they can grab.
2 to come in the over. Oh, fantastic batting from Kieran Perkins. Isn't he rock solid, Mark Rice?
Yeah, he's doing really well. I don't think I've seen him get out this week, to be honest. The games that we played against him, we didn't get a wicket the whole pair. So, and we have a fair bowling attack as well, so they were doing really well.
Final ball of the Matt Floros over. Full and wide.
It's a great ball.
Yeah, it is. I think, Victoria were looking for the wide call there, but it's passed inside the line before the crease. And the dot ball to finish, but this pair halfway to 24 with 2 overs remaining. It's been good batting. Very important little period here for the ACT. Yeah. They would love to keep them under 20.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you'd be wanting here. I think it's always skins in a game, but in a grand final, skins don't matter too much. It's more about getting that final score. But if ACT can look at the skin in this situation, keep them underneath it, that's a win.
It's going to be Brock Winkler. 2 men on the leg side in the front court. Kieran Perkins on strike. Chance again, top end, this time surely. Oh, what a dive that is from Juddy Perkins. The ACT had all the time in the world. Alex Flores not happy with the call, but for me, Perkins got back.
I think he got back. I think that's a very, very good dive. It does take them on to 3rd ball here, but hopefully just a nice simple down up 2 here, and they'll be safe and through.
Here we go. Winkler to Kieran Perkins, 3rd ball. Full and wide, edged, and caught. There it is. Looks like Victoria are asking for a bump ball. I was a little bit hesitant in calling it caught myself. I'd love to see this replay. I think it's hit the bottom of the net and come up. Let's take a look, thanks to Play Cricket. Yeah, tough to see on the angle, but...
I think it might have been a top edge looking at that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The angle of the bat certainly for the down up, but nonetheless a wicket in the book and an important wicket for the ACT. Winkler doing the job. Juddy Perkins on strike.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, certainly a good little steadier for the VICs.
The ACT crowd sitting on our left over there, they're definitely trying to get behind the boys and get them all up. Every wicket, everyone's up on that side.
Oh, that 2-man leg side field creating enough doubt, but they don't run on that one even though it went into the gap. 2 balls remain in the over from Brock Winkler. Room there, enough room to hit it behind point for 2. 1 man on that side, so a safe shot, and the final ball of the over now. Here we go. Shorter delivery. It's called no ball.
I think that's the right call too. It was very high.
The ACT side can't believe it.
Ooh, I think Juddy jumped up and he played it almost in front of his face. So I think that's the right call by the umpire there.
I think the issue that the ACT are taking with it is if he jumped up, it's all about batting stance. So if he jumped up and played it in front of his face, that just proves your point, doesn't it? Yeah, there you go. Well, I think it was the right call anyway.
I do.
Yeah, and not a good finish. 4 runs coming from that ball. And it comes down to the last over. Who's it going to be? Alexander Floros. Big over here. If these two can get past 20, Victoria will put one hand on the shield.
Definitely. And I think that's what this pair will be looking for. 6 or 7 off this over. That's all you want. Anything above that's a bonus.
Again, 2 men on the leg side in the front court. Here comes Floros. Shot. Oh, a little bit of a collision. A great piece of fielding from Floros. I think that hurt him.
Landed, looks like straight on the lower back there too. Yeah. It looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he's in some discomfort there. The ACT physio coming onto the court.
I would like to say that looked completely accidental as well.
Oh, absolutely. He's in midair fielding the ball, runner going through it. Well, we absolutely hope that Tim Floros is still fit. He's a massive part of this ACT field, let alone with the ball. Current member of the Australian side and vice-captain of this one. So he'll get some attention there from the physio. He has 2 minutes to do so. Mark Rice, the score on 16. A couple of wickets falling during this pair. It's kept it fairly even, but in the context of chasing 66, 16 with 5 to come is a sensational start for Victoria.
Yeah, in the scheme of things, looking at the game, the situation, 16 is definitely a win for Victoria here. I think for ACT, for them to be in front going into that second pair, they need to have this pair under 10.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Tim Floros is on his feet and back in the huddle there. He might be a little bit sore for the remainder of the game, but will obviously finish the game for the ACT, which is a big plus for them.
I think the adrenaline will get him through as well. Finals adrenaline will always get people through everything.
Yeah, without question. And you just see Kieran Perkins going over to Tim Floros and just quick handshake there as he called Mark Rice. No malice, accidental contact there. We're both happy that each other are okay. Good sportsmanship here in the national final. So 5 to come still. Here's Alexander Floros to Kieran Perkins. Chance at the keeper's end. Cannot hit Tim Floros. He hit about 3 or 4 of those in the major semi, and he needs them to do it now.
It's well bowled once again. Probably just needs to get a little bit tighter into Kieran. Kieran, once he has that little bit of room to free his hands up, plays it quite well.
Persisting with the 2-man leg side field.
That's a better ball, and that's a brilliant shot. That's almost a standing sweep shot.
Yeah, standing down up sweep. Not quite out of the textbook, but
definitely not out of the textbook.
Safe shot in this final, and they move to 20. Victoria in front here. Another great shot and a chance for Tim Floros. He hits. But Justin Perkins is home. And what a remarkable feat this could be for Victoria. Haven't won a title at the Open men's level since 1994. And here they are against the defending champions in pole position. 2 to come. This time straight to Bazana.
Good fielding.
Yeah.
It's well bowled. The best thing for Victoria here is either a dot or a very simple walk through 2.
It'll be the latter. Fantastic batting from the Victorian skipper and his brother. The Perkins brothers have posted 24 for the first pair in pursuit of 66. And as you said earlier, Ricey, Trent Lawford and Clive Rose coming out now. They will bat second for Victoria. And, they're in the box seat here.
Yep, definitely. This pair is obviously another big pair. And if they can get anywhere near the skin of 19, this game will be over.
Oh, I don't know that I'm quite ready to make that call. I think these pair are red hot favourite to get to 20 odd for sure. It will be the third pair for mine that'll be the difference. If the ACT can keep them to something similar to their skin, it's still game on. Don't get me wrong, I still think the VICs are the favourites here. It's coming in with some firepower now with the ACT. Benji Flores will bowl to Clive Rose and Trent Lawford.
I think it's the right call here too.
Yeah.
Very quick bowler to two very good batsmen.
Who have faced some quick bowling in their time. Well, what a start. Dot ball. Benji Flores has been a strike weapon for the ACT, and gee, they need him now.
Yeah, definitely. Had a little bit of a scare throughout the middle of the week, running into one of my players from WA, but it's good to see him back here and bowling very quick.
Yeah, called short. The ACT skipper not happy with the call. There's been a few of those. Could be the difference in such a low-scoring game.
Definitely. Can't give away any free runs in a low-scoring game like this.
And there's some more of them. The radar not quite on for Benji Floros. Makes life easy for Clive Rose there. Better delivery. Matt Floris into the game at leg side. It will be a dot despite the spill at the top.
That's good fielding. He was onto that ball very, very quickly then too.
Mark Rice, you're about to leave us on commentary with 2 balls remaining. You're sticking with the VICs. You have done throughout the game. You're going to do so now?
I have, and I will. I would love to see them win that first one since, what was it, 94?
94.
94. I think they deserve it. They've been the team to beat for me this week, and yeah, I think they deserve it.
There we go. One to come. Benji Floros will bowl to Lawford, facing his first ball. Chance for, they don't move, and rightly so. And there it is. Thanks, Mark Rice, for your company in this game.
Worries,
enjoy
Cam.
the finish.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria looking good here so far, getting the runs on the board in pursuit of this low total as Stephen Mogg rejoins me on commentary. It's all Victoria at the moment, mate.
Yeah, they're well and truly on top here. Obviously, they did a lot of hard work with the ball and kept ACT with such a small total. Look, the game's far from over. There's plenty of time left in this game, and there's plenty of strike power on the ACT bowling lineup as well. So, fingers crossed, it's still going to be a cracking game right to the end, mate. We want to see the last over game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my ticket can handle another one of those, but
we've had some great games of cricket over the last couple of days.
Have indeed. Here's Tim Floros. Chance at the top end. Benji Floros can't hit the stumps, and Rose is through safely.
Yeah, direct hit there would have been particularly interesting. I think the ACT boys would have got up. So, probably missed the last couple of overs. So, has the fielding been as sharp as it was that major?
It hasn't. There's been a couple of opportunities that a direct hit would have affected a wicket. Great shot from Lawford. Benji keeps it off the net. It is a single. The ACT need to just maintain pressure. So dots and singles help them do that. They need to then convert that pressure into wickets.
Yeah, exactly right. Can be quite tough, but can get a roll on pretty easy. Shot.
Just be 2. Or just. It's another 2, I should say. Yep. A great shot from Rose.
Yeah, look, sometimes you can find in these games there can be some really massive momentum shifts, and if you can get that first wicket, sometimes it rolls onto 2 and 3, and I think that's what ACT are hoping for. They'll keep sticking to it until that occurs.
That is respect there for this field. There's a lovely down up into the back court. It was never going to catch the net, but Lawford called no pretty quickly.
Yeah, look, he knows how sharp these guys are. He would have played against them a couple of times throughout the week, and obviously perhaps seen some of the other highlights throughout the last couple of days as well.
It's another dot ball. Well bowled from Tim Floris, and they'll finish this over now on 3rd ball. Big opportunity here for the ACT. They'll be desperate to convert it.
Yeah, I think so. Billy Floris up the back there giving some instructions to Timmy. Actually, they'll have a plan here. See what the plan is. Shorter ball. Just got caught up in the corner and didn't pop out for either the leg side fielder or the keeper to get their hand on it.
Yeah, and Lawford does well. 2 runs to finish the over. And these two looking good. Victoria continuing on their march towards what could potentially be their first national title since 1994.
It's been a long time since drinks. Young Tyler Hayes coming in the bowl now.
Didn't have the best game with the bat. Had a good game with the ball against Queensland in the major semi. He'll be looking to produce something like that now. And they need that from the young man, do the ACT.
Yeah, employing 2 on the leg side, so obviously he's going to keep the ball nice and tight onto that leg stump. Good start.
Yeah, right on the hip of Lawford. Just had a look at it. Suspect we might see him play that sort of down-up pull shot to that. Or a little dab.
Little paddle?
Yeah, the little paddle.
Yeah, look, Tyler not playing many years in opens. The Victorians wouldn't have much information on him.
There it is again, an identical delivery. Another call of no, so again, Lawford on 3rd ball. The ACT hanging in there.
Yeah, good start by Tyler. Sometimes 3rd ball you look to change it up, but I think he's got 2 crackers in the right spot. I would personally encourage him to bowl the same ball again with 2 on the leg side field.
Expected to be full and wide. No, he's bowled the same ball, and that should be out at the top end. They make no mistake this time. Matt Flores, one of the best leg side fielders in the game, gets it back to the top sticks, and Lawford has run out at the top end. And how about that bowling from the young man, Tyler Hayes?
Oh, that's exceptional. He's bowled 3 balls on the perfect spot there and created an opportunity for 3rd ball, and ACT have executed. Again, Matt Flores, they had to run 3rd ball, but normally you'd just call no on that. He's just got such a presence, gets up tall, good service too, right above the top of the stumps. Is that the wicket that gets ACT rolling? Again, same ball.
Yeah, and off the net. And back in at the stumps.
Yeah, that was better play by Clive Rose, and perhaps something that Lawford could look at too, just rocking back in that little paddle. So, Victoria, 32, 2 balls left here in the 7th over. So the game's still fairly evenly poised.
Oh, that's a great adjustment from Lawford and fantastic feeling from Benji Flores. He's a big, tall young man. He gave it the Air Jordan and got up there and kept it off the net.
Yeah, he doesn't have to jump far. He could almost hit the top of the net. But good bowling by Tyler so far. 5 balls identical, right on the money. Let's see if he can finish the over well.
And he does, and a big call of no. That is a sensational over from Tyler Hayes. He's keeping the ACT in the game here. It just shows how deadly they can be in the field and with the ball.
That was very impressive over. For someone so young and new into this team, probably wouldn't be in the top 8 if everyone was fit, but he is, and he's performing admirably with the ball. He'd be a little bit disappointed with what he achieved with the bat, but the beauty of this game is, you're not just a batter, you're not just a bowler, you get to contribute in all 3 facets of the game.
And it came up with a run out earlier in the innings, and a great over there for his first over. Now, Alexander Floros will bowl the last over to the pair. The score's on 33. Lawford's on strike. Back underway. Great shot from Lawford. Just gave himself the room to play that. Great contact. Dominant 2.
Yeah, nice and easy. There was not much chance of any wicket there. Moved nicely. And, like you say, just gave himself that little bit of room to allow him to do that.
Oh, great delivery. And I tell you what, one of the things the ACT did well is every time that ball spilled into the one-man side of the front court, they ran. Granted, Timmy Floros, probably could have thrown the stumps down there, but that became a dot ball for Victoria. Yeah,
Timmy Floros is quite sharp. The whole front court for the ACT has been on fire all week. Leg side. Just releases the pressure. He started really well in this over. That just makes it just that little bit easy now. 2 runs. It'll take some time to get onto a 3rd ball, and obviously a rebowl over as well. So it's an extra delivery. 4 balls left in the over. Skin of 13 so far. Team total of 37.
Spills through the front court field. Bazana there, not going to hand, but they've been on top enough that there's no run there for the VIC.
Yeah, enough presence in there, and there's just enough doubt in the mind of the 2 batters from Victoria to allow them to call no. It was probably the right call in the end. Victoria realised that what they need to do here is not lose wickets. If they don't lose any more wickets or lose very few, they'll win this game. Very tight.
Great delivery from Floros. Clive Rose looking for the leg side. I agree with the call there from the umpire. It's a fair one.
I'll back that one from my angle as well.
And it's third ball with 2 to come in the pair. We keep saying it, but just another crucial moment in the game. What can Alexander Floros produce for the ACT? And what can Clive Rose produce for Victoria? 2 to come. It is third ball.
Big delivery.
It'll be a single, a safe one. Third ball seen off. And one to come now. Lawford on strike.
Yeah, just probably a little bit too much width there. Needed to be a little bit tight on the body. Well played by Clive Rose. Only a single. Big shot.
And the deflection off Matt Floros means it is a dot ball. So a fairly even contest again in that partnership, but Victoria are only 29 runs away here. And Jared Armitage and Brad Jones coming out to the court will continue the charge for the Vics as they continue their quest for a national title, the first since 1994. Thanks so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. If you've just tuned in, I'm Cameron Walter alongside Stephen Mogg, and this is the men's grand final, the final game here in the open section of Cricket Australia's Indoor Cricket National Championships. And Victoria did a fantastic job in restricting the defending champions to 66, and they're looking good at the moment to chase it down, Stephen Moss.
They surely are, yeah. Looking for our Victorian friends watching the live stream, in the AFL terms, they talk about the third quarter being the premiership quarter, and that's exactly the case here. It's where ACT faltered a little bit. They were going okay, but fell a little bit behind. But now it's really important. This is going to be the crucial skin in the game now. And I think ACT have recognised that, bringing their strike weapon, Benji Flores, on the bowl.
Yeah, Jared Armitage to face the first ball. Brad Jones is at the non-striker's end.
Two very experienced batters, so I think Victoria are trying to get in front now. Good shape and pace.
Jared Armitage and Brad Jones won't mind driving anything that's full. They won't want to get too full.
I'd like to see him try and drive Benji
Flores.
Flores.
Yeah. Close your eyes and stick the bat out.
Oh, exactly. And his short balls are good balls too. Good
Change
change
up.
Chance.
Oh, can't believe it didn't bowl him, and a missed opportunity there for Grant McDonald behind the stumps. Couldn't quite grasp it as Armitage wandered out of his crease, and it will be third ball.
So yeah, third ball. I don't know if it's a plan, but generally the ACT have been going short and at the body for a third ball, and something like Benji's pace, it'll be pretty dangerous.
He's driven it into the backcourt for 4. What a big shot that is. Huge runs for Victoria as they see off third ball, and that's Armitage's natural game. I don't mind that at all, Moggy.
Nah, but as commentators, we're killing it, aren't we? We said they're not going to be able to drive Benji, and here it was. Look, a very aggressive shot. Yeah, and a great result.
Sent back. Oh, a direct hit there would have been very, very tight.
Yeah, Brad Jones calling for a no ball too high, but he did duck down a fair bit into it. He's played that fairly well, especially at Benji's pace. So.
Yeah, full face of the bat, really, despite that angle.
2 balls left in this over. Change
up again, and what an effective one it is.
It's a big difference in his 2 deliveries. His stock ball, which is the outie, which is really, really quick, and that change-up must be hard to pick, but very, very effective. ACT really need a wicket here. Strike bowler Benji coming in the bowl, getting some advice from the coach. Maybe a change-up again. Nope.
Beaten, and that'll be out. Benji Floss does the job for the ACT side, and they are pumped. It is still game on here, ladies and gentlemen. What an over from Benji Floros.
Oh, it was, mate. That's a massive wicket in the game. We said that it's important that they try and get one of that last ball with their strike bowler on. And again, another one of their strike bowlers, Timmy Flores, coming on. Awful lot of experience. ACT really going hard at this pair, and rightfully so. They need to stay in the game. What they need to try and do is make that last pair chase as many as possible.
At least 20.
20 would be perfect. But even 15 or 10, it can be so hard because, as you can hear, the crowd's starting to get involved. There's a massive amount of support for the ACT guys at the moment too.
Tim Floros sent back, no throw to the top. I tell you what, if Bazana had turned around and let that go at the top sticks, Jones was a little sluggish getting back.
He was very casual, wasn't he? It's a great start by Tim Flores.
Pressure right on this pair.
You can just feel the tension starting to build a little more. It's getting to that real close stage.
Chance for Matt Floros. The tap is wide of the stumps.
You give Matt Floros that one 99 times out of 100, that is going straight back to the keeper. So even for a quality player, you can see the pressures on him as well at the moment. He
Absolutely.
knows.
And those are the chances the ACT took in the major semi.
That's right.
Fuller, and a great shot from Jones. Just a little too full there from Tim Flores. He won't be happy with the ball, but Brad Jones up to the task.
It was a fantastic shot. All that experience. Played it nice and casually. Ooh.
Oh, that's a great delivery from Tim Floros. Armitage backing away.
Yeah, tried to give himself room to play the down up two onto the offside, but might have been better holding his ground, trying to play off his legs. 2 balls left in the over. 3 for the Skins so far. 41, so another 26 required to win. It's getting close.
Oh, gets over Bazana, but not Brock Winkler. It is a single. The strike rotates and the scoreboard ticks over again. Some 27 away from victory now, with plenty of cricket to come.
So keeping one pushing.
25, I should say.
Yeah,
plenty of cricket to come.
Yeah, there certainly is. Last ball.
Great shot from Jones. A chance at the top. They've gone up. Jones dives early and slows right down, but he's made his ground. And great batting from Bradley Jones for Victoria.
It was a lovely shot. A direct hit is exactly what ACT required there. Unfortunately, just didn't quite get it. But look, game on. You can hear the crowd. Look at them. There's a fair ACT contingent here.
Yeah, one of the advantages of transitioning to the junior component of these championships is that there's all the junior teams are here watching the game, and fantastic for them to see some of the best cricketers in the world here vie up for national glory. And Tyler Hayes, who bowled an absolutely beautiful first over, comes on now to bowl to Brad Jones and Jared Armitage.
Yeah, look, he bowled 6 balls pretty much on the money, all in the same spot. Let's see if he can try and achieve that again. I think it'll be the same plan.
I suspect so. Brad Jones is a little better at that paddle shot, so we might see more of those. He starts with the leg side.
Just pushed it a little bit. Look, it's really hard. Like he bowled, like I said, that first over, 6 balls on the dot. To be able to back that up every single ball can be pretty hard. But then again, this is the pinnacle of the sport in Australia, so that's what we'd expect. A little bit wide.
Oh, and past Tim Floros as well. 2 runs.
You can see he's just made that slight adjustment there. He pushed that leg side wide, so just made sure it was going to be a little bit straighter. I would be encouraging to back himself. Just stick with what he knows. Try and execute that plan that he's got and worked so successfully in that first over. Back to it.
Chance. Oh, he cannot hit. They
Is,
need the direct hits to the ACT.
and that is the difference from that major semi-final against Queensland. That would have been a direct hit and run out. And a direct hit would have resulted in another wicket there. And Tyler Hayes has got that one right. That's the area he's working for, but Armitage is just up to the task. A little bit wide.
It's a hand, a chance at the top, but it's through for 2. Brad Jones batting brilliantly here for the Vics. And the Vic bench are on their feet. They know they're in with a real chance here at the national title.
Yeah, last couple of balls in this over are going to be crucial. I think we're going to say that about 10 more times. But 1 wicket here changes that hard work that the Vics have put in. Oh,
beaten.
Might have been I don't know, was there a little noise on that one? It's hard to tell from this distance, and the crowd's so noisy, but good recovery there by Tyler Hayes. That's good pace. Just tended to kick up a little bit too.
1 to come now in the 11th over. It'll be Tyler Hayes' last ball for the tournament. Here we go.
Squeezed.
And a great shot from Armitage. 2 runs, and they move 14 runs away from victory. I keep saying it, they are on the march, the Vics. ACT, I think, will need a couple of wickets in this over to remain in the game here.
Yeah, I certainly will. Look, but anything can happen, a couple of quick wickets here, the change of the game, momentum, that'll put the next batting pair under a little bit of pressure. I mean, if the Vics go out here and hit 7, I won't say game over, but their job's almost done.
I agree. And for that reason, Matt Flores will be bowling his second over. A very intelligent cricketer is the ACT skipper and current Australian vice-captain. They will need every ounce of that cricket brain now and his execution to be able to stay in the game. Keep these guys, somewhere around about where they are now.
Yeah, even try and make that chase a little bit further.
Armitage on strike.
Frost comes in.
Here's the ACT captain. Great start. Armitage again backing away.
Even dot balls are really crucial. If he can get another dot ball, puts him onto a third ball, puts the batting team under an awful lot of pressure as well. Uppish.
And it's 4 runs. It's a juggle from Alex Flores at the back. It fell a little bit, quicker down to the ground than he thought. And Armitage has chanced his arm and taken 4 runs for the Vics. That's a big moment in the match, a 9-run turnaround.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he went so hard at that ball. There was no need for it, but it's come off. Oh.
And a man-cat! A man-cat for the ACT. The ACT skipper responds straight away. Not many purists like that in the game, but Armitage, he'd left and he was out by a good, foot. Maybe a speculative wicket, Moggy.
Oh, look, but that's where ACT are at the moment. They needed that. I am not a big fan of the man-cat, but look, it is a part of the game. He did leave his crease. There are a few really good exponents of it, and there's no better than that one. That was fantastic.
A little bit of conversation between the umpire and some of the players there about that. So 4 to come, that doesn't count as a delivery. That'll be out. No. Oh, Jones just in the way of the ball.
Well within his right to run that straight line.
100%. And a little bit of words exchanged between these two sides. It is still game on here, ladies and gentlemen. What a game we are seeing.
It just takes almost that 1 wicket and over. If you can get a wicket early, it just puts so much more pressure onto the opposition. Good wicket there. 3 balls left in this skin. Currently 14 for the skin, 52 for the team total, chasing 66. Matt Flores comes in the bowl.
Chance again. It's just out of Benji Flores' reach. And again, Brad Jones, who's walking up and spraying the ACT captain.
There is plenty of feeling in this game and plenty of chat at the moment. As you expect, this is a national grand final.
2 balls remain in the 12th over. Victoria right on top here. ACT not going anywhere. Here comes the skipper. It'll be a single.
Plenty of chat again. Armitage having a bit to say to Matt Flores. Matt Flores having a fair bit to say back. There's plenty of feeling out here. It's great to see.
And it'll be the final ball to the pair now. Still critical. Brad Jones has batted the house down. Can he do it again for Victoria here? The last ball, the 12th. He can. What a shot. It'll be 3. Fantastic batting from Brad Jones. He's carrying on a little bit too much. Not sure that's required. He should be letting the bat do the talking. He's still carrying on, and he's been told by the umpire to leave.
If he continues and he's not careful, he might lose 5 runs.
Yeah, I know he's pumped, but really absolutely no need for that. He absolutely batted the house down. And, Victoria, these two, Craig and Burns, scored 27 last night against Queensland in a fantastic batting performance. Tonight, this afternoon, they don't need anywhere near that.
No, but there are still runs to get. And this is a national final. There's plenty of pressure out there. The ACT get one early, they'll let them know. Obviously, seeing the way that the Vics have responded, I'm pretty sure that ACT will respond the same way. And again, Brad Jones is continuing with it here. He needs to be really, really careful. His teammates are actually pushing him back. So there is still an opportunity that he may lose.
And I think someone's been summoned by the umpire now. I'm not sure who.
Looks like Matt Flores.
Yep. He's going to have a chat to the ACT captain now. Not sure that there's any penalty involved, but fair enough. We're talking about Brad Jones not carrying on with it. The same applies to the ACT skipper, in Matt Floros.
Yeah, and again, umpires getting the game back under control, which is good to see. There is plenty of feeling out here.
Now, Grant McDonald hasn't bowled a ball in the match, so he's going to bowl 2 overs to this pair. Burns on strike, Craig at the non-strikers end. Here is Grant McDonald.
Victoria, if they start big here and get a few runs early, will be on top. Nice
yeah,
shot.
wonderful shot. The Vic's red-hot favourites here, and they move to 60. Just 7 runs away from a national title. Plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, certainly. The ACT really need a wicket in the next couple of balls.
Chance at the top, a direct hit. And it's a fumble.
Wow.
Again, we keep saying it. These are the chances the ACT have taken and that have proven to be the difference, and they've not done so today. And that's why Victoria are just 5 runs away in the first over of the final pair.
Yeah, look, it's been a massive week, and it's so hard to maintain that intensity over like 14 or 15 games, which these guys a chance.
Oh, sent back. And the ACT can't take that wicket. There's another massive chance. Nerves creeping in, the pressure having an impact on both sides here. Craig and Burns will still be feeling it. They've shown how they can deal with that pressure.
Yeah, they certainly are.
A great shot again. 64 now on the board. Just 3 runs away.
Definitely got their noses in front now. Just takes 1 wicket, but 1 wicket will change the context of this game and put Vics back under a fair bit of pressure, and obviously get the ACT boys pumped up. They've just got to find a way. Probably going to take something special in the field.
Chance now. Again, they can't hit, and the scores are level with 19 deliveries to come. We're going to need to see the defending champions come up with, as you say, Moggy, something special in the field here. They have the attack, they have the field, but they haven't produced it so far.
It can all turn in 1 delivery, but so that's what the ACT will be hoping for. Victoria playing really well at this stage.
A better ball there from McDonald to finish the over, but the scores are level. It'll have to be all-out attack now from the ACT. Who are they going to throw the ball to?
Oh, I missed the first couple, so I'm not sure who they've got left, mate.
Winkler will have an over.
Yep.
Bazana, I believe, will have an over. And
McDonald again.
McDonald through second over.
Winkler looks like it. Yep.
So his first over went for 2 runs. He came up with the goods for the ACT. They'll need something better than that now.
Yeah, they'll need negatives. Very low scoring game, but even still, it's game on. Pressure's right on both teams at the moment. Just take 1 wicket. That's good.
Oh, flirting with danger there on the leg sideline, but it's fair.
Yeah,
top ball.
Yeah, just snuck in. 3rd ball opportunity now. This is where ACT must capitalise.
They have to get a wicket.
It's now or never. This over really shapes the game. A wicket or 2 still just means runs to chase.
3rd ball. These 2 batting so well. Here comes Winkler. Full and wide beaten, and it's out!
Big wicket.
What a moment in the game. Huge from the ACT, and more push and shove. And again, summoned. Gee, I really don't... I would not like to see a penalty here if the Victorian side have done it, which they did in their innings. There's a lot of finger pointing here from the umpire. Don't know that he's a penalty. Gee, that'd be a tragedy, but it's out. 3rd ball. And Brock Winkler has done the job. Lots of feeling in this game, Stephen.
Yeah, it certainly is. But I think now's the point where a penalty comes in. Both teams have been sufficiently warned. So, look, it's good to really...
Oh, massive wicket! Brock Winkler, the man of the moment, gets through Jack Craig, and the ACT, well, they've got themselves back into the game.
It is game on. Game on. Just my point before was that it's our point now where if a player steps over the line, they will get penalised. Both teams have been sufficiently warned.
Look, Moggy, I absolutely agree with that. I think, and I'm certain that that's what umpire Hall Villiers was saying there at the end. Lots of finger pointing. They're telling everybody that's enough.
Yep.
Let's just finish the game.
Exactly right. And what a game we have on our hands at the moment. What an over so far.
And does it again! Amazing! Absolutely incredible scenes here at Action Indoor Sports Toowoomba. And the ACT, the scores were level and it's back to 51. Two identical deliveries.
Hat-trick.
Absolutely incredible. Brock Winkler, the player of the final in 2017, has come up with a hat-trick in the 14th over of the game. Incredible, Stephen Moore.
This is amazing. The odds for him getting it again have just shortened massively. 3 big wickets. How will Victoria respond? Still plenty of time. They don't need to do anything silly. They can still do this in twos. How will he respond? Yeah, played sensible. Good call. Wow, what a turnaround. I've said it before. It doesn't take much to turn it around. 3 wickets in a row. Hat-trick. Here we are. Can barely contain the excitement up here. The crowd's going wild. Hope everyone at home is enjoying this because we sure are here as well.
Final ball of the Winkler over. Full again, this time driven. Spirit of the net, the flick. And a good recovery there from Craig. 2 runs off the last ball, but what a sensational over from Brock Winkler. He has dragged the ACT back into the game, and what a finish we have on our hands here.
This is red hot.
Incredible scenes. They need 14 runs.
What I would have liked to have seen is the 2 batters go over to their team there. Perhaps talk to the captain and coach. Just use a couple of minutes of time and compose yourself. Have a bit of chat. Look for some encouragement. But they didn't do that, which is a little bit surprising for me. 2 overs to go. Alec Pizzana coming on to bowl. This is another crucial over in the game.
His first national final on the court. How will he respond to the pressure?
I have no doubt he is feeling extremely nervous at this point in time. We've got Billy Forrest up here giving some encouragement, but what an over there by Winkler. That has changed the game.
Absolutely incredible.
And
Victoria still in the box seat. Here's Pizzana. Starts well, a chance at the top. Should be out. It is! Unbelievable. Alex Pizzana doing the job. The ACT skipper took his time and got it back to Floros. And, well, Burns was in no man's land, and the wheels, are they coming off of this run chase? Can you believe this, Stephen
This is amazing. You can see the crowd. They're getting on it. Every single ball is amazing stuff. This is where I think eye communication, having a good look at your partner would have changed that. They were just at the same end. It is so loud down here at the moment. They really need to look at each other. Wow, what a game. It's still delivering. Are there more twists and turns still to come?
I have no doubt, Stephen Mogg. This is the best indoor cricket you will see, ladies and gentlemen. The 2 best sides of the tournament, duking it out for national glory. It could go any way. Here's Pizzana, second ball of the over.
Aggressive.
Driven, a chance again.
Another chance.
2 at one end, but the ball went to the wrong end, I guess. And absolutely incredible scenes here. Lots of nerves creeping into the Victorian game.
This is where I think Alex needs to be a little bit careful. That was just a touch full. It invited that drive. If they can get the ball in the right length, it makes it almost impossible for Victoria now. But if they go full, as we saw with the Queensland game, big 5 near the back end, there's still a chance. Still game on. 4 balls left in this over. Better length.
Oh, it's into the backcourt for 4. What a shot from Burns.
That was a lovely shot. There was nothing particularly wrong with that delivery. Maybe a little bit of width, but what a shot by Burns. They're looking to change the field a little bit. He's swapping Timmy Floros, maybe. No, there's not making a change.
There's just some instructions there for Floros.
Yeah.
Craig back on strike. 3 to come. Game and national title in the balance.
Good length. Chance.
Sent back. Another amazing fielding effort from Matt Floros. He is an absolute beast there at the leg side. And 8 balls remain in the game. 14 runs separate these 2 sides. You get the sense that 1 wicket will be enough for the ACT.
I think so too. But Victoria will never die wondering. They're going to have a crack either way. Again, length needs to be that shorter of a length, not too full, because if it is full, he'll go. Pizzana comes in the bowl. Shorter length.
Another chance to hit. It doesn't come. And 2 runs. Well done, Jack Craig. Absorbing some of that pressure. It's game on here, ladies and gentlemen. 7 balls remain. 12 runs required for Victoria.
It is less than 2 a ball, so they can take the smart option and play the 2s, but a couple of dot balls will put them under a little bit of pressure. Tyler, they are making a fielding change. The communication.
Just moving him into a sort of straight, silly mid-on position. And 1 ball remains for Pizzana.
Changed around the wicket.
Full and beaten. Wow. Incredible finish.
Almost straight through, but full length again. His eyes lit up. He was looking for the big drive. It's come down to the last over now.
Absolutely incredible scenes here, ladies and gentlemen. So much work over the preceding months leading into this tournament, and Well, 12 preliminary round games, 1 game in the semis for the ACT, 2 games for Victoria. Here we are at the national final, and it will come down to the final over. It's going to be Grant McDonald tasked with the job of protecting this total for the ACT. Victoria just need 12. We know that these 2 batsmen are capable of getting it, Stephen Mogg.
Very similar situation to that preliminary final last night. It was about 12 runs they needed off the last over. All it takes is 1 big shot, and it makes it a lot easier, but still 2 balls and up. It will take something special here for either team to guarantee that victory.
Will Victoria try to get this into a ball, or are we going to see a back net shot here to try and take the game away?
Seeing the way Victoria have played so far, I think they'll try 1 big shot. 1 big shot early here really makes it cruisy for the back end. Massive over. McDonald.
Buckle up.
Fuller.
Driven. Straight back to the bowler. It's a dot. Well, there you go. They will absolutely need to hit the back court now.
Yeah, that was a risky delivery being that full. But lucky for him, he's just got it in the right area. 3rd ball now too.
Oh, critical stuff. The ACT just 1 wicket away, you would think. Victoria in the game. 5 to come. Here it is, McDonald, 3rd ball. It'll be out. Yes, it is! Amazing scenes here at Toowoomba, the ACT. What a performance we've seen in the last 3 overs. And they've just put their 1 hand. They've been behind the whole game, Moggy. And here they are in the last over, but it's not over. 4 to come. Can these 2 rescue Victoria here? Don't forget, in the 13th over, the scores were level.
Yeah, look, it is still game on here. Victoria are not going to come down without a fight. I think there needs to be a fielding change. I'd really strongly consider putting players back because they have to hit a back net now.
Yeah, but they also need to protect that front area so that you see the front court there nice and straight, staying in the eye line of the strike batsman. I think this field setting's just about right.
Oh, I'd like to see the sweepers come back.
Some room, chance, the flick, and out again, is it?
Another wicket.
And there it is.
Close.
You can't see the Victorians do it from here. Who would have thought, with the scores level, with a ball to go in the 13th over, Brock Winkler turns up with a hat-trick. Grant McDonald bowled the first over with the scores level of this pair, and comes into the last over and has come up with the wickets for his team. Yeah. Unbelievable, Stephen Moore.
Oh, it's massive stuff. And you know what? These 4 bowlers, well, the 3 bowlers bowling this last game are probably not the strike bowlers within the team. ACT went heavy early to try and restrict the score. These sort of bowlers are more your sort of hole bowlers, and they're doing an excellent job. Wow, 22 runs.
And Brock Winkler coming down to the front court. They're opting for a little bit of height here. 3 to come. Well, let's do the maths. 3 sevens will tie the game.
Yep. A no ball. This is where it's important that McDonald just bowls everything within his zone. Bang, 1 shot.
Hits
3.
the leg. It'll be 3. And Victoria, barring a no ball, cannot win. I absolutely cannot believe this performance from the ACT. The charge led by Brock Winkler with a hat-trick, if you don't mind.
They never gave up, and this is what indoor cricket's all about. You never give up. You never die. It's just right to the end. Big shot, 3 runs again. Hold the ball. Yeah, game over. ACT win this one.
1 to come. 1 ball now separates the ACT from back-to-back national titles. They've been in the grand final 4 years in a row. It'll be 3 from 4 now. An absolutely unbelievable performance. They've been the best team with the ball and in the field all week, and they've done it in the last pair. They made us wait, Moggy.
They did, yeah. They probably weren't at their best throughout the first 3, but wow, what a game.
Into the back net. And it's run out to finish. And the ACT are your national champions for the 2nd year in a row. They've gone back to back. It is heartbreak for Victoria, who got as close as 66. A little bit of a collision there. I'm sure they don't mean that. But what a performance from the ACT. Can you believe it, Stephen Mogg?
What
have we just seen?
What a game of cricket. How good have these 3 Open men's finals been? Even the other one we didn't actually commentate. What a spectacle. How good is indoor cricket? How exciting is it? Look at the crowd. They're loving it. Wow, mate, words, I just can't sum it up. What an over by Winkler. Changed the game, 3 balls, bang, bang, bang. What an excellent result.
Now, if you're Victoria, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, for all the Victorian fans, this has been a sensational tournament from them, and more importantly, a sensational performance in this grand final. They've ended up losing the game by 20 runs, but to keep the ACT to 66 and get level in the 13th over, absolutely phenomenal for their first, well, it's not their first grand final in years, but the best chance in years, I think. The match turned with Brock Winkler's hat-trick.
Oh.
And how, Brock Winkler did the job for his team. Victoria, not a lot wrong.
No, exactly right. You can't take anything away from Victoria. They have performed so well throughout the week. Anyway, what a great win for ACT. What a great spectacle it's been for indoor cricket.
It has been. You see them applauding the crowd here, and Kieran McMillan from Cricket Australia has the shield in his hand. And they're ready. They're ready to present the shield to the ACT side. Hugs all round, but here it is. Shakes hands with the skipper, Matt Flores, and puts it in the hands of the ACT skipper. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the champions for 2018. They've gone back-to-back. What a sensational game of indoor cricket we've seen. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Stephen Mogg, what a nail-biter, what a fantastic game. Thanks so much for joining us.
And what a fantastic result. What a great game of cricket.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. We'll be back next week with the junior finals. But on behalf of Stephen Mogg, the B-Live team, Todd and the boys have done a fantastic job. All of the team at Cricket Australia, Action Indoor Sports Toowoomba. I'm Cameron Walter. Thanks for your company. Congratulations to the ACT. We'll see you next time.
An all-you-can-eat Sunday breakfast buffet for under $20? Well, of course, it would have to be the City Golf Club. Treat the family and enjoy all your breakfast favourites every Sunday, along with some special Asian dishes too. Sunday breakfast at the City Golf Club. Sensational!